Have you ever felt as though, in your desire to build a meaningful connection, you've compromised more than you ever intended? Perhaps you've lost sight of yourself or poured too much into someone else, leaving your own aspirations by the wayside. In a world where relationships can seem like endless puzzles, finding and holding onto your center is challenging, yet vital. Imagine a connection in which you're entirely true to yourself, honoring your needs, values, and inner peace. This journey is more than mere relationship advice. It's a map drawn from the ancient principles of Stoicism. Stoicism teaches that we must hold ourselves steadfast, not surrendering to the ever-changing tides of others' expectations. This video will explore 9 things a man should avoid doing with women, each an anchor for cultivating genuine respect and resilience in all connections. Each point is rooted in Stoic wisdom, tested by time and practice. And let me tell you, the most transformative advice awaits you at the end. So, lean in, reflect, and prepare to explore the depths of what it truly means to live with integrity in love and companionship. Let us begin. 1. Don't let the fear of solitude control you. Do you ever feel a gnawing fear of being alone? This fear, if left unchecked, can become a powerful and often destructive force, leading us to make decisions that undermine our well-being and self-respect. Stoicism teaches us to face this fear with a calm, reflective mind. Solitude need not be a burden. Rather, it is an opportunity, a chance to deepen your understanding of yourself and to appreciate your own company. Imagine making choices based on genuine desire, not out of fear of loneliness. How would that reshape your relationships? When fear guides us, we may cling to connections that do not serve us, seek approval in ways that undermine our integrity, or settle for less than we deserve. Yet, solitude is not the same as loneliness. As Aristotle observed, knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. When you know yourself, you carry an inner stability that no external relationship can replace. The fear of solitude is often a fear of confronting one's inner world, of sitting alone with one's thoughts. This is where Stoicism steps in, encouraging us to seek wisdom from within rather than from others. Through solitude, you can find clarity, a deeper understanding of what you truly want, and the strength to hold to your own course, regardless of the external circumstances. Are you truly comfortable in your own presence? The answer to this question often reveals more about the nature of your relationships than you might think. Embracing solitude allows you to be more selective, to choose relationships based on shared values rather than filling a void. It frees you from dependency and teaches you that a relationship should complement your life, not complete it. When we make peace with solitude, we bring a richer, more authentic self into every connection. Stoicism reminds us to find our stability within, to let our choices flow from a place of inner calm rather than external need. As we move forward, consider the question: what does it mean to reshape your life in accordance with someone else's expectations? This brings us to the next crucial point. 2. Don't reshape your life to fit others' expectations. Have you ever felt the pressure to mold yourself to meet someone else's desires, only to find that piece by piece you've lost your own identity? Relationships often bring about change, but there's a significant difference between growth and surrendering your essence. Stoicism advises us to hold fast to who we are, to remain authentic amid the pressures to conform. To live by others' standards is to abandon your unique path, to surrender your own narrative in favor of someone else's vision of who you should be. Imagine trying to fit a square peg into a round hole. It's frustrating, uncomfortable, and ultimately unsustainable. Seneca, one of Stoicism's most revered philosophers, observed that everywhere means nowhere. Trying to be all things for all people leaves us lost, untethered to any true purpose or identity. When we constantly reshape ourselves to fit others, we risk losing sight of the values and dreams that make us who we are. Instead of blending in like a chameleon, dare to stand firm as you are, as a person of integrity and individuality. Have you ever wondered what it would be like to move through life without bending to others' expectations? When you prioritize authenticity over acceptance, you lay the groundwork for relationships built on respect rather than mere convenience. Consider this: if someone only appreciates you when you conform to their ideals, is that connection truly worth maintaining? Stoicism teaches that the only person we truly control is ourselves. Thus, your task is not to change for others, but to reveal your true self unapologetically. When you live as your authentic self, you attract those who value you for who you are, not for who they want you to be. Let this truth guide you. Your life is a unique story only you can write. The joy of authenticity, the satisfaction of living by your own principles, these are treasures that no external approval can replace. So, as we proceed, think about what it means to avoid obsession over someone else, and let us delve deeper into preserving your own path. 3. Don't obsess over one person at the expense of your own goals. Have you ever found yourself so wrapped up in another person that your own goals, dreams, and ambitions start to fade into the background? There's an alluring quality to devotion, but when that devotion becomes an obsession, it risks overshadowing everything else. Stoicism reminds us of the importance of balance, of nurturing our own journey alongside any relationship. Marcus Aurelius wisely said, "Nowhere can a man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul." Obsession with someone else, on the other hand, disrupts that quietude, pulling us away from the path we are meant to walk. Imagine that your life is like a compass. The goals you set for yourself are the North Star, guiding your steps toward fulfillment and purpose. When you become overly focused on someone else, you lose sight of that guiding star and begin to wander aimlessly, caught in the orbit of another. Is this truly how you wish to live? A relationship should be a partnership, not a form of captivity that confines you to someone else's path. Obsessing over another person is like pouring water into a vessel that already has a leak. No matter how much you give, it will never be enough, and eventually you are left empty. Stoicism reminds us that true happiness comes from within, from aligning ourselves with our values and ambitions. When you lose yourself in someone else's world, you lose the grounding that keeps you resilient and strong. What would it mean to reclaim that time and energy for yourself? To focus on your dreams, your passions, and your growth. Rather than orbiting around someone else, stand firm as the star of your own life. Only then can you create connections where each person enhances the other's journey rather than overshadowing it. Now that we've explored the importance of retaining your own goals, let's look at the next crucial aspect: protecting your mental health and happiness. 4. Don't sacrifice your mental health and happiness. How often do you prioritize someone else's happiness over your own well-being? There's a noble quality to caring for others, but when that care comes at the cost of your mental health, it becomes a sacrifice unworthy of anyone. Stoicism teaches us that our inner peace is a treasure to be guarded, a sanctuary that should not be surrendered lightly. When you give away your happiness to satisfy another, you are, in essence, giving away control over your own life. Imagine that your mental health is like a lamp illuminating your path. When you hand over that lamp to light someone else's way, you are left stumbling in the dark. Without inner peace, you cannot find clarity or make choices that truly serve you. Would it be fair to yourself to neglect your own well-being for someone else's comfort? The wisdom of Stoicism reminds us that if we are not balanced within, we cannot bring balance into our relationships. Neglecting your mental health and happiness to fulfill another's needs creates a cycle of discontent, where each step taken to please them only pulls you further away from your own peace. Why should you allow someone to strip away the joy and fulfillment that is your right? Your mental and emotional well-being are invaluable resources, ones that require nurturing and care. Consider this: your happiness is not a supporting role in someone else's story. Rather, it is the protagonist's journey in your own narrative. As you strengthen your resilience, as you safeguard your peace, you become better equipped to contribute meaningfully to others' lives without compromising your own. In this way, you not only protect your inner tranquility, but bring a more centered, compassionate self into every relationship. With this foundation of mental fortitude, let us proceed to the next point: cherishing the support of friends and family without letting a single relationship consume that network. 5. Don't push away family and friends for the sake of a relationship. Have you ever distanced yourself from close friends or family in favor of a new relationship? While new love can be intoxicating, pushing away those who have stood by you, those who know your heart and soul, can leave you isolated, weakened, and without a stable foundation. Stoicism teaches us that strong relationships are like branches on a sturdy tree. They provide support, guidance, and resilience when times get tough. Each friend and family member adds to the strength of that tree, rooting you firmly in a network of care and loyalty. Think about those people who have supported you through difficult times, those who have been your confidants, cheerleaders, and sources of wisdom. Plato once said, "People are like dirt. They can either nourish you and help you grow, or they can stunt your growth and make you wither." When you isolate yourself from the ones who nourish you, you're not only risking the loss of friendships, you're cutting off a vital support system that has always been there, ready to help you grow. Have you ever regretted neglecting these meaningful bonds for a fleeting romance? Stoicism reminds us that these friendships, based on mutual respect and understanding, are irreplaceable. When we become too immersed in a single relationship, we risk losing the balance and strength that come from diverse, healthy connections. Think of these bonds as a circle of allies. They strengthen you and remind you of who you are, even if one part of your life is momentarily shaken. Nurturing these relationships provides perspective and support, a safety net that brings clarity when emotional highs or lows threaten to cloud your judgment. Rather than distancing yourself, invest in these friendships and family connections. They are your irreplaceable roots, your anchors that will help you weather any storm. And so, as we move forward, let us consider how time, this most precious resource, should be valued and protected rather than sacrificed for others' endless demands. 6. Don't invest all of your time in one person. How much of your time do you give to others, and how much do you reserve for yourself? Time is a finite, irreplaceable asset, a treasure that slips away moment by moment. In our efforts to nurture relationships, it can be tempting to pour all of our time into one person, especially in the early stages of connection. However, when we devote every spare minute to someone else, we risk losing sight of our own goals, passions, and growth. Stoicism reminds us to protect our time, to treat it as something sacred, to be used wisely and thoughtfully. Imagine if every hour you devoted to someone was a coin spent from a limited fortune. Would you hand over all of it to one person? Or would you use it mindfully, investing in areas of your life that bring balance and fulfillment? As Seneca wisely noted, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." When we give away all our time, we leave none for the pursuits that foster our growth and inner peace. Stoicism teaches us the virtue of balance, encouraging us to divide our time so that we can grow in multiple areas. A fulfilling life is not one spent solely in pursuit of someone else's company. It's one where we nurture ourselves, explore our interests, and make room for personal growth. Have you considered what aspects of your life might be overlooked because of the time you invest in someone else? Would those hours be better spent on something that fulfills you independently? By reclaiming time for ourselves, we bring a fuller, richer self into our relationships. We become more interesting, more stable, and less dependent on others for our happiness. This is the essence of a Stoic approach, using time as a tool for self-mastery and growth. Now, let us look at the importance of discernment, especially when it comes to revealing parts of ourselves that may best remain private. 7. Don't reveal every detail of your past, especially tough times. Have you ever felt compelled to share every detail of your past with someone, only to later feel vulnerable or exposed? There is a tendency, especially in close relationships, to open up fully, to reveal the hardships and scars we carry. But Stoicism teaches the importance of discernment. The past, particularly the painful parts, is a deeply personal part of your journey. It has shaped you, strengthened you, and taught you resilience. But not everyone deserves access to those stories. Imagine if each piece of your past were a chapter in a book, some meant for everyone to read, while others remain private. Is it wise to offer every chapter to someone you've just met, trusting them to handle it with care? Your past is not a casual subject for others to explore. It is the tapestry of your journey, woven with moments of growth and pain. Some may use it to empathize, but others might see it as a weakness or even exploit it. Stoicism emphasizes inner strength and self-respect. Keeping certain aspects of your past private is not a matter of hiding. It's about protecting yourself and respecting the boundaries that preserve your inner peace. By keeping these stories close, you remain in control of your narrative. You safeguard your journey, revealing only what is necessary and what aligns with the trust and depth of each relationship. Not everyone will understand the depths of your journey, nor should they have the right to explore it without earning your trust. So, as you reflect on what to share, let this be a reminder. Your past belongs to you alone. Only you decide when and how much to reveal. With this in mind, we now turn to the importance of honoring your desires and boundaries, without bending for others' approval. 8. Don't agree, simply to keep the peace or gain approval. Have you ever agreed to something you didn't truly want, just to keep the peace? Perhaps you feared conflict or wanted to be liked, and so you found yourself saying yes to something that didn't feel right. This is a common experience, but one that Stoicism urges us to challenge. Saying yes against your true desires is, in a way, a betrayal of your own happiness and integrity. Stoicism reminds us that our decisions should stem from inner conviction, not from a desire to please others. Marcus Aurelius, a central figure in Stoic thought, once said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. When you compromise on your values and interests to satisfy someone else, you drift away from the happiness that comes from living authentically." Have you ever wondered how much more fulfilling life would be if every decision aligned with your true self? Learning to say no is an act of self-respect. It is a reminder that you are the guardian of your time and energy, and you have every right to use them in ways that align with your values. Stoicism teaches us to avoid external validation, to recognize that true peace is found in living in harmony with one's principles. Remember, life is not a stage where you are obliged to perform for others' approval. It is a journey where you should be true to yourself, especially in the face of pressure. Imagine the freedom of making decisions rooted in authenticity. This is the strength of a Stoic, to stand firm in one's own truth, even when the world presses otherwise. Now, as we come to the final point, let us reflect on the importance of celebrating our own journey and every small victory along the way. 9. Don't forget to celebrate your own progress and wins. In the whirlwind of life, amidst the striving to please others or meet external expectations, do you pause to celebrate your own victories? Too often, we overlook our progress, dismissing small accomplishments as insignificant. Yet, each step forward, no matter how small, is a testament to your resilience, courage, and dedication. Stoicism teaches that true strength lies in recognizing and honoring one's efforts, even in the absence of external applause. Imagine your journey as a path with markers of progress. Each achievement, whether great or small, deserves acknowledgement. Epictetus, another Stoic philosopher, wisely noted, "Never depend on the admiration of others." By celebrating your own progress, you reinforce a sense of inner validation. You become resilient, no longer needing others' approval to feel worthy or accomplished. Take a moment to look back on your own journey. How often have you achieved something remarkable, only to move on without pause, already focusing on the next goal? Acknowledging each success builds a sense of inner peace and appreciation for the path you're carving. This is the Stoic approach, to find joy in every twist, turn, victory, and even setback. So, as we conclude this exploration, reflect on the importance of cherishing your progress and embracing every part of your journey with gratitude. It is a way to honor the strength you've built and the person you're becoming. As we end this journey through the Stoic wisdom of maintaining true connections without compromising your essence, take a moment to reflect. These 9 actions may seem simple, yet each requires deliberate practice and mindfulness. By cultivating resilience, integrity, and self-awareness, you forge a path of authenticity that invites genuine connections rather than fleeting attachments. If today's reflection resonated with you, consider joining our community by subscribing. Share your insights and let us know how Stoicism has impacted your life and relationships in the comments. Your journey, like any other, is unique. Celebrate it, honor it, and live it with courage. Thank you for being a part of this reflection on Stoic wisdom. Until next time, stay present, stay resilient, and remember, the path to fulfillment lies within.